Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we're going to be playing Green-White Humans, that deck list you can see on the screen right above. Go ahead, sink it in, check it out. While you do that, let me remind you about Patreon. I have a Patreon. There's a link in the description. And the patrons get all kinds of cool perks up and down the tiers. If you get to the token tier, what I'm doing this week, and the reason I thought of doing the Patreon plug today, is I just got my wolf token supply from coolstuffinc.com. Now, you in the US, you can get a wolf token by placing any order on coolstuffinc.com and using the promo code CGB5. But if you live somewhere else in the world, you may not be able to do that if they don't ship to your country. Well, we will ship these tokens anywhere if you join the token tier on Patreon, and I'll sign it for you too. So we're sending out the wolf tokens this week. My wife just sent me the list of names and the amount I have to sign. Thank you to the 32 of you who are signed up for the token tier. And if anybody else would like to join, we'll get a wolf token headed your way. I also usually throw in a shark token since I've got the remaining supply of the sharks, the last of them. They're discontinued, and Cool Stuff Inc. sent me what's left, but we can still send them all over the world for those who join the token tier on Patreon. So let's talk about this deck, Green-White Humans. Not exactly all humans. I found a few things about the lists that I saw floating around a little underwhelming, changed it, decided to try some things of my own. First of all, the one-drops. The other one-drop humans are poo-poo. They're no good. They're just nah. And I think that playing Jaspera Sentinel and having both something with a little bit of reach and something that can help you make mana added to the explosiveness of the deck. So Jaspera Sentinel in the one drop, you're right away like, sacrilege, human tribe without humans. I think it's the best move for the deck. The other non-humans in the deck include a Legion Angel, which can go fetch Legion Angels because that's just a good value play. And Sigarda, Champion of Light, which is 1 and a green, white for another angel. This is a 4/4 flying trample. Humans you control get +1/+1. Coven, when this attacks, if you control 3 or more creatures of different powers, look at the top 5 of your library. You may reveal a human creature from among them, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom. So, sweet Flamples. It can attack in the air and draw you more threats. It's a solid human payoff for the tribe. And then we've got 3 copies of Amiria's Call, which also function in the mana base, but we actually get enough mana to cast it reasonably often in this strategy, and it can help save you from board wipes and put your deck literally over the top. The reason we have so much mana is we have Catilda, the Dawnheart Prime, a green and a white for a 1/1 with protection from werewolves. Humans have tap, add a mana of any colors. And 6 mana, put a +1 counter on each creature you control. So kind of a payoff and a mana generation all on its own. 2 Sun Gold Sentinels. The Coven stuff is really good to push through damage. Luminarch Aspirant, shouldn't surprise anybody. Intrepid Adversary, a great sink for all that mana to pump the whole team and have a lifelink body. 4 Brutal Cathar, because it's a human at least on one side, so watch that day-night, don't get tricked. But it's the removal card in the deck, so we gotta have it. Elite Spellbinder, the stall card in the deck, the interaction, so to speak, with the Izzet turn strategy, so we gotta have it. 1 Adeline, Resplendent Cathar, this card impressed me a lot in mono white, so it made it in here. We tend to have a lot of creatures and it makes humans. Let's go. And then 4 copies of a card you haven't seen many other places, the Augur of Autumn. 1 green, 2/3 human druid. You may look at the top card of your library. You may play lands from the top of your library. Coven, if you control 3 or more different powers, you may cast creatures from the top of your library. So when the deck's fully running, you've got Catilda giving a whole bunch of humans mana generation capability, and then you have Augur of Autumn playing lands and creatures from the top of your deck, so you're just every turn spewing value onto the battlefield. It's very, very fun. It can create overwhelming board states. It is not necessarily sweeper resilient. We rely on Lair of the Hydra, and it's pretty one-dimensional. So I'm skeptical of how it will play out there in the wild, but I'm interested to see how it stacks up against the other creature decks of the format, and how it does against decks like Blood on the Snow decks. Can we outgrind them? Can we be annoying enough to get through them? So that's what we're going to find out. We just made it to Mythic. We're going to be in the percentages. We'll see how the deck does. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Okay, on the draw. On the draw, this is kind of rough. Let's see what the opponent's up to. Let's check them for priority. No priority. Play this tapped. I don't know, I was curious, okay? Thought they might have a Burnie spell. Ooh, do we play Catilda here? I think we do. Probably dies. But if they play Reckless Stormseeker, we can block it. That's the hasty 3-mana werewolf. Dead. And they draw a card. Cheater. Punished by fighting Vampire Tribal, but they miss land. Oh my god. That's so many spells. So how do we best make our opponent suffer? Let's not let them draw another card with the Neonate's Rush. But, man, everything we cast is going to be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Everything's going to die. They've got all spells, so we need to draw some of our card advantage stuff. They topped a shock. Lucky for us, they're on a basic swamp, so they're stuck. They can't cast all of their red cards at once. Let's dig at their hand some more. So, what do they most want to play? We can make them cast this Light Up the Night, which is a very efficient spell, or we can exile and make them cast the Thundering Rebuke. Yeah. Let's make that Light Up the Night expensive. We're just going to get beaten to death by this adversary if we don't draw something that can stand up to the burn. Ooh. Are you attacking me? You're not. We've drawn nothing but land since the start of the game. That's rough. And if we play one of these, it's going to die. If we wait, it's still not going to get big enough to survive the rebuke. We just have to do it. No real choice there. We've just got to get their removal spells out of their hand. And we don't, you know, like we can't pace in such a way to get rid of this or get rid of that because we're just drawing land. Uh-oh. They've got more mana. Slash time? Slash time. Oh, they attacked this time. Okay. Sungold Sentinel. What do you do? Maybe you eat the... Remember, they have adversary, so let's exile the slash. But you're probably going to eat the rebuke, then maybe Intrepid Adversary comes out. We're also 1 mana away from Amiria's Call, believe it or not. I had wondered if we'd ever cast this in the video. I was confident we could get to the mana, but I thought it would be with Catilda. You want to trade? No. Do not trade here. I want my Sungold Sentinel to eat your graveyard. And I want you to have to kill it. Okay, pretty cool. The Thundering Rebuke gets it for sure. Let's see, if we pump this twice... Now, this is an important card that we need to live, so... Let's go with the Adeline. Let's keep eating the graveyard. It's getting scary for sure, but we got the trade. We kind of wanted that trade. I'm expecting Thundering Rebuke here. And then we play the adversary. Maybe they're out of burn? Maybe. Okay. Good game. Oh, I'm at 7. You're telling me you can't burn your way through that? Okay. Yeah, we do have white mana. Okay. Shatter Skull. Catilda. Meet my witch. Don't kill her. You didn't kill her. It's a miracle. Why would they let me have mana? Let's go for the elite. Jwari it. I dare you. Bouncies. Okay. Cool. Iteration, Jwari, divide by 0. If we take the divide by 0, next turn they have to iteration, which lets us resolve Adeline or another Spellbinder. If we take the Epiphany, we might be really happy about that. Of course, if they pass next turn with divide up, we can't really exploit it, can we? And we're going to play this again, so unless they spend their turn foretelling Epiphany, and that lets us have a really good turn. So, divide. Quick decision. Might mean Galvanic Iteration. All right. Love to deploy the Adeline and put pressure on, but I really want to snag that. No burn down the house either. This is going to be tough. So let's try to hit them as hard as we can next turn. Like, they have another expressive iteration to look for a board wipe. How close are we? We can cast Amiria's Call, so... But it runs into Jwari Disruption. Okay, so they're going to hold up divide by 0. How best to get them then? How best to get them? We want to resolve an Amiria's Call right before a board wipe. They're going to divide something by 0. I'm guessing it's going to be this. So let's go for it. Resolves. So they're going to wait till end step? I don't have anything to do with 2 mana, so I may as well attack all. That or we could play the Augur, but I think we need to hold that back. Bounce the adversary. I mean, that can be a team squad pump. They grab environmental sciences. Okay. Well, the pressure is real. They played their other divide by 0. If they tap any mana, like if they use iteration, then I think we go for Amiria's Call. It makes our squad immune, and then we still get to attack. But they have the Jwari, but we can pay. Alright, end turn. Especially if we draw a land. Okay, they go for iteration. Remember, this isn't a foretold Epiphany. This one costs a lot. So right now they're not set up to Epiphany on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're really close to dying if they foretell here. So they're not going to Epiphany on turn 6. They need to wipe the board. All right. Right now we have to wonder if they have a third copy of Divide by 0. All right, these are indestructible. How are you getting out of it? You're not. The plan actually worked against turns. Emiria's Call actually did the work. Okay, on the play. Hopefully this can be an Augur of Autumn game. We haven't had one yet. So that would be fun. We also haven't drawn Jaspera Sentinel. This would be a perfect spot for one. The Courtesy tap. Ah, nice draw. Nice draw. Hand is looking explosive. If we play Sigarda here, the opponent won't be able to Blizzard Brawl it on time because of the turn 1 lair. Let's go. They might be able to kill Catilda, though. So a full Coven is available. We just have to play the Augur or the Cathar. They both have 3 power because of Sigarda. Mean. Alright, I think we're supposed to do this. No snakeskin veils. The stick could just be the lair. Okay, cool. Coven! I can't believe it's already happening. Ah, we needed those land, though. Needed all that land. By the way, I've got protection from werewolves. You are a werewolf. I guess that's why the Blizzard Brawl would have been a pretty silly choice. There's the Brawl. Get back the pack leader, threaten that double pack attack. But at least they didn't double Brawl. Yeah! Taste it. They have a powerful board, though. That missed land drop is going to cost us, but pretty good rip. All right, so this can be a 1. I can make it a 3. This can get into the hand. Or we could play this adversary and try to trade. Like, what do we most want to trade with? I want to trade with the Spellbinders. Ren and 7 Inscription. Oh, God. That's not good. That's not good at all. I don't have a way to interact with them either. So what are they going to do? They're going to kill Sigarda, so I have to put a +1/+1 counter on Sigarda, and I have to exile this? Do we attack? What's the opponent going to do? Inscription. Fighting any of these with Inscription will trade with the Spellbinder. And I'm at 20. Yeah, we attack. They do have to fight. I guess they can, if they top deck a land, they can play Ren and 7, make a big Tree Folk, and that's a headache. But they do really need a fight here. They can also attack with... Oh, they did draw the land. God, so easy for them. I was going to say they can dig for the land by attacking with the pack leaders. They just got to try to kill them. I would have really loved to have found a Brutal Cathar in my top 10 cards. Another Brutal Cathar would probably put this out of range. Yeah, everybody rumbles. So do we block? Our opponent's drawing all these cards. They can play Ren. I mean, I can just go for the win. I do have the Intrepid Adversary. We do have the Aspirant. Yeah, we have 11 if the opponent only presents one blocker. So if they go Wren, make Tree Folk, we win. As long as we put the +1/+1 counter on something other than the Sigarda. Yeah, Inscription was the right call. A kicked Inscription would have absolutely blown this game open. Okay, they tanked on that for a long time. They came up with Ranger class, Sentinel. And they're still tanking. Alright, level. So they will survive another turn. We might hit a Brutal Cathar off this. I probably want to play the Adversary as a blocker, but I want to give myself the chance to draw a Brutal Cathar. So, what should I do? Probably just attack with the Sigarda? Wait a minute. Can I get this big enough? All right, this is going to block, right? So this is out of the picture, but what about this? 5, 6, 7. It's not really good enough. So I want to play the Adversary, and I might also play the Aspirant. But if I draw a Brutal Cathar, I want to be able to cast that and Adversary, so we attack first. Down to 6. All right, Brutal Cathar. Get the Troll, I think. Intrepid Adversary, lifelink. Survive this turn, probably win game. The Catilda with a +1/+1 counter eats a pack leader, which is why it's a pretty solid card to have the counter. Opponent can kick the Inscription now, but it will cost them to it'll cost them a lot. They have to tap their Sentinel and another creature. I think if they make that play, they lose. I can't see a fight that costs them that much mana and that much space on the board that doesn't lose them the game. Remember, they have to tap their only reach creature. They are going for it. And they get their Troll back, but they're just dead in the air. I mean, it doesn't gain infinite life. Does an 8-point attack? No blocks. Brutal. Finish the job. Coven up. Finally whiffed. Whew. Take that, mono green. The humans prevail. Ugh. What is going on? On the draw, bad colors. So I guess it's a mull. At least the opponent took one too. I do need double white for Sigarda. Like, so I guess I'm keeping all of this and putting away a forest. Blue-red, of course. It's everywhere now. It always has been, to be fair. Yep. Stupid dragons. All right. Sentinel here late. Not fitting my curve. Let's play this and start the day-night cycle. If the opponent doesn't play something on their turn, transforming this could be a big game. There we go. There we go. And they missed a land. So now they have to pay 3 life to kill this. And they pass. So the fear here, for sure, right, is... What is it? Burn down the house. But they already missed a land. They're probably going to counter something I cast, so we want to make it a double spell turn. We also don't have to cast anything, but we don't have anything to do with our mana on our turn, which is really bad. So we should probably try to play something. The highest upside is Sigarda. If they counter it, that sucks, but we went for it, you know? And it definitely hits them the hardest. We could play Augur, hope to see like a land on top or get some value from it. Let's go for Augur. Okay. All of these pump the Adeline. They go to 5. They don't have the mana for a Memory Deluge. So it's Unexpected Windfall, discard a dragon, and dig. That fixes their mana issues. And they do burn down the house. Alright, can we close? Can we close? Try to hit land with the Augur. Try to be the strongest possible with Sigarda. I guess we could top deck. We could top deck a Luminarch Aspirant and present lethal. But I think we're going to lose now. Dragon? That's Alrund's Epiphany probably, but I think we have to take this chance. Okay, bad chance. It was not the right chance to take. Man, Unexpected Windfall trounced us. That sucked. If I block the dragon there, though, there's still no hope, right? Like, we're not coming back from that. Nah. Alright, on the play. Nice. Still no Sentinel on the play to really experience the card being useful. It's kind of hurting me. You put one drops in your deck because you want to give them a try. But when they don't give themselves a chance, Sag. Let's start the day-night cycle. If the opponent doesn't do anything on their turn now, we get a very vicious creature indeed. Jeskai, Celestis, okay? They might have a Fading Hope here. But let's go for this anyway. So, burn down the house kills everything no matter what. There are a lot of, like, deal 4s, though, like Thundering Rebuke. There's some deal 3s, like Lorehold Command. Let's just get the damage in. And hope for the best. Well, that got me. Didn't think about Galvanic Iteration Crush the Weak this time, did I? What an idiot. I am. Alright, play you. Play you. Just gotta try to get there. Well, they pass. Transform the Brute. I guess they didn't expect that. My god, do I hate playing against control decks when I do play creature decks, because it's like the jealousy is extreme. I'm like, I should have played control. Should have played control. Control's so good. Aggro's so bad. Okay, they're going for it. I guess they evened out the damage, and they get this block. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. If they flash it back here, they transform the Brute, which I probably what they should do. All right. Well, we're establishing that we can't beat board wipes very well. All right, the mana screw got to me. It happened again, so I'm not getting stuck on 2 lands anymore. We went up to 26 land, we cut the Sentinels. I also added 2 more, we cut Jaspera Sentinel. I added 2 more Sun Gold Sentinel just to not introduce new cards to the deck so that random people looking in are like, wait, where'd that come from? But I was thinking about Sigardian Savior. I think Sigardian Savior would be a good addition to the deck. Jadar. Do you want to trade that for a 3/1 lifelink? No. Sounds like you've got something cool to protect. Let's get in your hand. Let's see what's going on in here. Ouchies. All right, so 2 Deadly Disputes, a backup Jadar, and they still didn't trade. Morbid Opportunist, 2 Meathook Massacres. 2 of them. There's no good take in this hand. There's no good take. Their hand is completely CGB proof. Should be a fun game, though. 2 decks that really don't exist well in a meta with Epiphany, but are happy to play against each other. Yeah, they have a backup Jadar, so we don't want to try to trade for this. We want to try to pressure them, which is gonna, you know, they've got Meathook Massacre. So we need to go bigger than the Meathook. So if they Meathook next turn for 2, we're okay with that if we have a Sigarda on the field. And they're down to 9, so they're gonna have to think about hooking. Yeah, hook for 3 leaves a Sigarda behind. That's where you need to be. Against hook, you gotta go bigger and bigger and over the top. If they don't hook here, it's a conundrum because, well, they have to stay alive. That's their conundrum to solve. But we have to decide whether or not to play an Augur into the hook. Wow. Okay. So, 2 mana, what you gonna do? I mean, you're facing almost lethal. However, if they kill the Sigarda, they're in a great spot. Because then they can just hook the board next turn. They play it for 0. Probably should have done that pre-combat if they were gonna do it. I guess we could hit land Luminarch Aspirant for lethal if we play Augur. They gave up the treasure now, so they don't have the mana to hook next turn and get Sigarda. So they need some other answer. We don't hit the land. I guess this goes too. Double block, okay. Let's see if they can get out of it. Hook for 3 only kills the Spellbinder. The Champion of Light doing its work in this game. Good luck out there, Mono Black. Cool deck. On the play. Rock and roll. We're missing a green, though. Missing a green. Do we get mono white? We get mono white. See how prepared they are for our nonsense. Do we want to trade with them? In theory, we have more value in our deck, but we need a board to like, do it. So I don't think we want to trade with them. All right, they've got their own Spellbinder, which, if they hit the Augur or the Sentinel, whatever. We'll have a play next turn anyway. So we take Adeline, the strongest card in the hand. Do we attack our opponent? They want to put a counter here and attack, and then we trade, and then their Spellbinder attacks us uncontested. Right? So how do we best avoid that? This is eventually going to trade off for their Spellbinder, probably. In the meantime, we're taking so many points from this. This is a good question. If we counter race them and trade here, they have a 3-1, a 1-1. We have this going to a 4-4. And we have a Sun Gold Sentinel and an Augur, but we're paying life for this. Sounds really bad. But I don't want to trade this either. It's one of the only advantages we have. I still feel like I should leave it back so we're not punished too much. Like I should just be on a defensive stance. Because if the opponent rips like a removal spell and gets in with all this, we're so far behind. But we're going to need a big Luminarch Aspirant. And we're going to need to still somehow trade with this Usher. Ooh. This is going to be a tough game. Their hand is a little better than ours. Hopefully they take the Augur. Maybe not seeing that we can't cast it. Okay. So I want to trade this Sun Gold Sentinel for this Usher. And I want to take this hit. The fact that they put the counter over there is kind of good for us. This is a 3-2. So there won't be Coven. Because we want to trade this for this, this for this, keep growing this. We want to brick wall the Adeline when it comes down. Are they going to use the Haven? Wow, okay. The good thing about trading with this Haven, the really good thing about trading with this Haven, is now the opponent's down a land. All right, so those are my blocks. We're going to try to hold off on trading with this Usher. I could go to 5, but the opponent just goes up that high. So let's put a counter here now. It's time for the Luminarch to die. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, they don't... These must be lands, then. They don't have a way to exile. I thought they were going to exile my Aspirant there. I thought they had drawn a Skyclave Apparition or Brutal Cathar. Let's see, I can make this a 1. But then I don't have the green. That's too bad. I was trying to think of a crafty way to cast this card. Keep going up. Or put a counter here. There's a lot of 1/1s here. Let's put a counter here. Our defensive stance is paying off. They might have Intrepid Adversary. That could be a big problem. But we'd have good blocks with the Augur. Alright, they go for Adeline, which was delayed both by blocking the Haven and by taking it with the Elite Spellbinder. They put a counter on it, so they're trying to gear it up to do the aggression. They don't have good attacks with these. Oh, this is cool. Alright, we draw Brutal Cathar, which we can play off the top, or we could cast Amiria's Call. How greedy am I? I am greedy. I am so greedy. Let's go. Team assembled. Oh, we're doing it now. We are doing it now. Who wants counters? Going wide. That adversary is going to be so much. All right, the opponent binds their adversary. The adversary of my adversary is my adversary. That's an old saying, right? The adversary of my adversary is my adversary. They found an attacker. All right. No blocks. We'll go to 6, because we're about to make it up. Actually, this pumps the team, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Catilda can activate and grow the whole squad. That is epic. No reason to attack, guys. We have the high ground. It's over, Anakin. Boom. This is why I built the deck the way I did. I had visions of just playing a million creatures off the top and using mana and making them huge, and that is my value-gasm dream. On the play. That should be good. Shouldn't lose too often when I have a curve like this on the play. Unless, of course, they have board wipes, and I don't play around them effectively. Which, I guess you can't really play around them in an Alrund's Epiphany world. It's hard. Like, we kind of demoed that early in the video, that you can play Elite Spellbinder, and you can make a bunch of mana, and you can play Amiria's Call. Unfortunately, that won't be the norm. Let's see what we get here. Okay. Well, this is a dead card, so that's cool. This can't be cast next turn unless they top deck an untapped land. This is good. Very good, actually. And we don't care about this, and this is really expensive. So we know what to play around. Let's take the Prismari command. It's a combination removal spell ramp. Easily the best thing they could do. Let's see if they draw the untapped land. They don't. They draw Expressive Iteration. So that's going to give us another turn. Another turn to get them with. Did they find land? They did not. They're exiling an Epiphany. So they really wanted this card, and it's not a land. They really wanted this card, and it's not a land. That's scary. That is scary. What's a better play here? Adeline or Sigarda? Sigarda hits... They both hit for the same amount, and this one into this one I think is a better setup. Also plays around Jwari. Also, if they divide it by 0, it leaves behind a 1/1, so it can keep the attack going. Okay, they top decked that. Or they would have played the different land last turn, I think. So they kept Dragon's Fire. Okay. Ouchie. 2 mana. Let's drop Sigarda. Right now they don't have a good solution to Sigarda. Lorehold Command doesn't kill it. Divide by 0 sets it back, but we can play it again. They go for iteration. They really need untapped land to cast Divide by 0. Might be a greedy play considering they're running Snarls and creature lands. Let's see if it gets them. Oh, they got it. They got it. So we're probably playing both creatures, but if they have, man, if they have a sweeper, we're in a lot of trouble. If we play this now, it does have Coven active. Let's go for it. Maybe we'll hit something off the top like Luminarch Aspirant or another Elite Spellbinder. Oh, there it is. So they're going to bounce Sigarda, right? And they don't want to bounce a Spellbinder. Where do we put the counter? Where do we put the counter? They want to use the Lorehold Command, and they want to target Elite, so we don't want to put the counter there. So the 1/1? Did they find a sweeper? There's 2 unknown cards, and they searched with 2 expressive iterations. They also fetched Environmental Sciences instead of looting their hand. I would have looted Test of Talents. So that's a sign they may already have the sweeper if they didn't loot, if they went to the sideboard instead. But I guess not everybody remembers to loot. Okay, they're gonna kill the Augur. If I take this out, are they dead? Almost. If I play this, are they dead? Almost. God, it's close. Let's play the Elite. Environmental Sciences, divide by 0, Velomachus Lorehold. Let's take the Lorehold, untapped land, who knows what it could hit. Make them top deck the sweeper. We don't have a creature land, so this could potentially not get there. If they draw sweeper, they get to survive on 1. We beat a Jeskai deck. Whew. Okay. Most things with Alrund's Epiphany have slapped us silly. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and let's check out the stats powered by Untap.gg. Companion app, there is a link in the description. If you even download and try the app, it does help the channel. Supports the channel just a little bit. So check out the link in the description. Good Lord. So we go 5-4, 7-6. And remember, above 50% in Mythic, especially with the deck that isn't quite meta, aka at this point meta equals not played at World Championships, which 0 copies of Catilda in the World Championships. So going plus 50%, I mean, the idea that you could get to Mythic with it, all you have to do is be above 50%. So it's a playable deck. 28% on the draw. Shocking. There's really no way to overcome that with the way that Magic cards are designed right now. The opponent turn 2 pack leaders, you don't remove it, you're kind of dead. But 65% on the play, trying to make up for the abysmal on the draw nature, and hopefully you will be on the play way more than the draw. So against green, we're batting 50%. Seems to be a who goes first matchup. Against Izzet, very, very tough. And against Jeskai, very, very tough. We managed to take some games, but for the most part, these are very difficult matchups. 50% against white, again, who goes first. 100% against black. Surprised me that we were able to take mono black down and Rakdos. So we were able to beat some of the other slightly off meta decks out there in the field. And I like it. Near the end of the video, we cut the Sentinels. It just never mattered. I never had them. I never had them, and they never made mana. So they just got cut, and we added 2 more Sun Gold Sentinels and went up to 26 land. That mattered a lot. The deck actually has a lot of mana sinks and things to do with its land. It has a lot of ways to get lands for free. Omiri's Call is one of your best cards in every matchup. When you resolve it, you usually win. So you've got to get to 7 mana to do it. The Lair of the Hydra is sus. Maybe we don't need it. Maybe Cave of the Frost Dragon, now that we've cut the Sentinels, is a lot better because it goes over the top of the opponents with evasion, which is how we managed to win a lot of our games, because we do have more flying than you expect in Spellbinder, Sun Gold Sentinel, the Angels, the Angel, and the Angel. Never cast the Legion Angel, speaking of Angels. Maybe it's a little bit extra. Maybe there's something else you could run in this spot. But overall, I think it's a solid build. If you're going to human, this is probably a way to be more human than human. And yeah, I think it's fine. If you like this kind of thing, go out there, have fun. Sigarda's a mythic. It's expensive, but it's a pretty sweet mythic. When you slam her and attack with all your creatures, it's very powerful. I do love the Augur. Like, the Augur thing is the main thing I love about the deck. Is it the best way to play, like, kind of this value backup plan in a world occupied by Epiphany? No. But it's pretty darn good against the green decks and the white decks. You just overpower them in the long run. All right. That's my wrap on the humans. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You stayed till the end. You're cool.